Hey everybody, this is Mike Rohde for the Sketchnote podcast. Today we're going to do something fun. We're going to take someone's sketchnote and we're going to do some critique and some evaluations so you guys can see what someone else is doing and then maybe integrate those ideas into your own sketchnotes. Now this sketchnote was done by someone named Andrea Pietkiewicz, and she submitted this to the Flickr group, and it was done pretty recently, 30th of November, which is the release date of the book actually. And what I like about the sketchnote is her use of this space right here is really cool. So she's found a way to put the title of the talk, Designing with Agile, as well as the person, Anders, and a little drawing of him, and then the Rosenfeld Media icon, which I immediately recognized up here in the information top left corner. So I don't know if she did this ahead of time, but I really like this use of space. It doesn't take a lot of space, and it works really well to identify what it is you're looking at in a quick way. I also like the use of color. So you'll see that Andrea is using a yellow color as well as a red color. And she's using the red pretty sparingly. The yellow is a little more dominant, and then black, of course, is most of all. You can see a little bit of yellow over here as well as around the word experiment. So it's a nice use of this highlight. So you can definitely learn from that. I suspect it's possible that Andrea put this in after the fact, although maybe she did it at the same time if she had the markers out and had a little bit of time between presentation elements. A couple things I wanted to note here that were pretty cool. I really was drawn to these little icons over here. So the icons of the ARG person with the painkiller, money for fast money, and then the Turk, someone sitting at a desk. If you go down farther, this Go Ugly, you can see that there's a little icon for that, and then Fake It Till You Make It as well. So there's some really nice little icons to represent these. I suspect that she may have actually done those after the fact, that she wrote the text first and then added the icons later, but I don't know. Depending again on how much time you have during the presentation, maybe she came back and filled those in downtimes when she was listening to stuff that she wasn't capturing. I like this little bar chart here, or this little chart here with the little points on it, and then 3 different things, which is really cool, and it's all related to fur trappers and what they needed to survive. So this Hudson Bay graph structure here is really cool, and a nice use of graphical elements in a really simple way to portray that information. I really love this, and I want to zoom this up a little more. This is a really cool way to make use of quotes. So if you have a quote that you really like that someone has said, you can wrap it in these larger quote marks. You'll notice Andrea used the yellow color again, so it draws your eye to this. And then use type with some bars in the top and the bottom really quickly to show that that was important to her. So that's very cool. I love this story map. Really simple use of black and yellow, but it's really effective. So you've got something that she's drawn in black and maybe come back in and highlighted later with yellow to point how these different elements relate to the sections that they're in. So that's a really cool use of that simple 2-color combination. You'll notice too that the structure, when you zoom out to the whole thing, is kind of a modular structure. And so you've got this left section and the right section, and even by using the quote here, it sort of divides the top and the bottom from each other and makes that into 3 modules here. And then even with the bullet points, in a sense, they're unified, but they're each broken out into their own subsections. And then finally, I love the way Andrea's used this little tidbit here to represent her sketchnoting. So you can see who sketchnoted it, and you can find that person on Twitter really easily. So that's a great way to use that if you want to have people check out your additional work or reach out to you and say how they liked your work. So I really like the work you've done here, Andrea. I think you've done a great job, and I appreciate you putting it up there on the Sketchnote Handbook Flickr group. Now, if you would like to be up here in this group, you can go ahead and put your artwork up there as well, and we will be scanning through the new submissions and looking for art that we can critique in the future. So please do that. If you haven't bought the book yet, if you've just been watching the podcasts, you can buy the book now, and you can pick it up at a really good deal at peachpit.com. And if you use code SKETCHNOTE, you can get that for 35% off. And that code lasts a good long time. I think it's through December of 2014, I think my person told me at Peach Pit. So make use of that. That's a great way to pick the book up for a good deal, and check it out. And then continue to follow the podcasts that we do here. We really love having you, and we're going to have interviews and drawing and more critiques to come. So please come back, and thanks for your time.